Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you about a classroom management issues and the tips on how to encounter the classroom management issues. So do you know what is a classroom management issues? So it is about a classroom management problem that could be defined as any event, behavior, pattern, feeling or thought that keep us from being teach to our fullest potential or to keeps our class from learning in the most liberated, satisfying and effective manners. So I'm going to show you about classroom management issues and also tips. So let's go. So the first classroom management issues that often happen in the classes is the noise level. Because I think that noise level sometimes can impact on classroom behavior. Like an example, during my STPM, I do have an experience of the high noise level during classes. So the teacher counted the noise level with using a variety of instructional tools such as presentation slide and also doing the activity during classes. So the student can more focusing on their learning. But it's not only the student who may cause the noise level. Maybe it came from the outside like the traffic, construction work, or maybe conversation in other classroom and other possible influences that teacher must work around. I can see that student actually sometimes can be permissive because students have autonomy but little support for learning skill or managing their behavior. So I'm going to show you about the tips on how to encounter the noise level in the classroom management issues. So stay tuned. So I will give you 3 tips on how to manage noise level in the classroom. First, you have to be consistent with school rules because as a teacher, you can use a non-verbal cues as a rule in the classes, such as raising a finger like this or holding up a sign to signal when noise level are too high. Second, be reasonable and necessary because we have to give a prize or reward like sweet when student display a good behavior and answer question correctly. Third, multidimensional classes because I think that teacher may use a variety of resources, instructional methods and assessment tools to engage students effectively and cooperate in classes to make them feel comfortable and more focused in learning. So second classroom management issues that happen in classes is student with autism because handling a student with autism requires a high understanding, patience and also tailored support. So I will give you 3 tips on how to handle a student with autism. First of all is to clear communication because using clear, simple language and instruction, be concise and direct in your communication. Visual aids and social story can also aid comprehension. Second is sensory consideration. Always be aware of sensory sensitivities because some students with autism may be sensitive to light, sound or touch. So provide a sensory friendly classroom environment if possible. Third, individualized support. Understand the individual needs and preference of the student. Tailor your teaching methods, accommodate their learning style. Some students may benefit while others may prefer hand-on activities. So I think that always remember every student with autism is unique. So it's essential to observe, adapt, and tailor your approach based on the individual needs and preference of the student you are supporting. So third, classroom management issues that happen in classes is off-task behavior. Because I think that off-task behavior is a problem to student because it is a common problem among the student and can be caused by many different factors. For example, the student who are frustrated with their learning outcomes or uninterested in the lesson may feel down or disempowered when compared to those around them. So I will give you tips on how to handle these students. So the best way for teacher to manage off-task behavior and create a nurturing classroom environment is to group tasking. Because I think that consider group tasks or pair activities is to stimulate learning, but also at the same time it will increase collaboration and social interaction between students. Second is student cooperation. I think that engaging students to group tasking also helps students to make friends and develop relationship through the act of helping and sharing classroom task responsibilities. So we as a teacher, inshallah, should reward their student for working together. Third one is one-to-one coaching, because identify the student who need additional support, listen and respond to their needs in a clear, respectful and concise manners. Number 4, classroom management issues that happen in classes is dealing with aggression. Because I think that dealing with aggression is the most challenging aspect of classroom management issues. So sometimes student can be destructiveness or aggression such as fighting, bullying, refusal to follow direction or destroying school property are all example of highly escalated behavior that can lead to crisis situation. So I will give you a tips on how to dealing with aggression student. So how to handle a student with aggression? First of all, we have to give a safe space, because I think that school or teacher have to provide students who are feeling overwhelmed with a safe space to de-escalate and help with emotional regulation using a deep breathing, mindfulness or visualization exercise. Second is to isolate and remove student, because we have to avoid punitive measures and negative environment such as punishment to student, as it will create a resentment, because we have to isolate both of the student and give them a safe space. The third one is to be direct and assertive, because we as a teacher have to understand the root cause of this behavior, and we have to plan accordingly. Maybe it could include the counseling or meeting with parents or guardians, or maybe exploring resources within the school or community for additional support to the student. So I think that's all. So classroom management is essential because it helps you to keep classroom behavior in check and your student on task. It set clear expectation for student behavior. So one of the element of a well-managed classroom is clear expectation about how students should behave. So I think that's all for today. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.